Rockstar has been adding updates to Red Dead Redemption 2's online mode, the Red Dead Online beta, for a while now, but none have been significant. So here are 3 things RDR2 Online needs. The first thing on my list, and I imagine this is going to be first on everybody's list, is properties. That's right, we need properties not only so that we can feel like real members of the world who don't just sleep on a bedroll. We want somewhere to go. We want a constant home base within the game. Even if Rockstar is trying to aim to not have the unimmersive factor of like a loading screen or what, I don't care. I want a house. I want somewhere where I can go, whether that be a farm where I have a farmhand that I've hired on, or it's an apartment in Saint Denis that's run down and crappy, like the inside of Shady Belle. If you guys remember in the story mode, Arthur gets a room, so to speak, inside of a rundown mansion outside of Saint Denis. Literally, even if it was just something like that, if it was anything, anywhere that I could go repeatedly, somewhere I could call my home, the same way in Grand Theft Auto, you've got all these kind of apartments and places that you can get. There seems to be plenty of land ripe for the taking here in Red Dead Redemption 2 and Red Dead Online that is just being severely underutilized. We could have, even if there's not actual content relating to it, it's not that hard to design a room, and it's not that hard to like make somebody like a teller standing outside the door that you just walk up to and, you know, say something to, and you get to walk. Like this is not a lot to code. It's not a lot to deal with. And it's, you know, something that the community has been very heavily requesting for a while now, myself included. Even if you're looking to give us Francis Sinclair style cabins, everything all the way over to like moonshine distilleries. We need businesses too, we need places to go. This is basically the heartblood of properties here, of things that we can buy and sell. We got a leak about this a while back. We're gonna reference the wagon leak here at the end of the video. And so, you know, these things have already been leaked like they were in production, but they were leaked 6 months ago, 7 months ago, before the Red Dead Online beta even came out. So where are they? What's going on? You know, you don't even have a choice in the epilogue of the game to pick what your house is, so that's clearly not from that. You don't have any options throughout the story of somewhere you can go. That's to tie you to the camp, but it's not like that in online. You know, it's cool to set up my camp somewhere for when I have a posse, but I don't have a posse most of the time. I would like a shack that I could go back to, you know, store some pelts in a locker or something like that, or even just give them to, hell, make me hire an employee at my ranch and then just be able to go give him the pelts and he'll go sell them and I'll get 10% less money for it. I don't care. Just give us the option to feel more connected to the world versus where's my camp? Oh, hey, one guy who supposedly packs up my whole camp and moves it himself with just a wagon. Yeah, can you go set my camp up hundreds of miles away in New Austin? No, like it's just so weird to me. It's nice to have a roaming base, but it's, you know, the system is clunky and we need properties inside of Red Dead Redemption 2 Online. And let me know in the comment section down below where you would like to see a property put the most inside of Red Dead Online. Would you like to have a homestead, animals and sheep, and I guess a sheep is an animal, but would you like to have animals and like crops and things like that, and employees that maybe do some of the work for you? And maybe if they, you know, get an employee, you don't have to pay for them the same way you don't have to pay for a stable fee, but then you have to go do the work yourself. That could be really cool. I personally would like a rundown shack somewhere north in Amberino. That would be the coolest to me, somewhere up in Coulter, you know, something like that. Or maybe even Sadie Adler's house, because she's not there for some reason in the online. That would be really cool to have somewhere up north that is very secluded. It's in the snow. Even Micah and Dutch's gang hideout at the very end of the game. That would be a really cool place to go. And next up, we got to talk about mini games. Now I know everybody's favorite to mention is poker, but I'm actually not going to talk about that one here because yes, we all want poker. Obviously, we all want it added. But for whatever reason, whenever I mention poker, people really seem to bring up basically the gambling laws in the world. So we're going to omit poker from this. I'm talking about anything now. I don't care if it's an arm wrestle match where we have to button mash X. I don't care if it's dominoes. I don't care if it's 5-finger fillet. I don't care, literally anything. I don't care if I'm like, I forget what it's called right now, but if you know the game where you've got like a shot glass and a coin and then you bounce the coin and it goes in the shot glass, that game too, I don't get anything. I don't know if that was a real game back then, but just anything that we could do inside of a lobby, inside of a camp, maybe with some other people, even somewhere at like a saloon. If you can't add poker, that's fine, I guess, but please add some sort of, you know, mini game mechanic, especially the fist fighting in pre-game lobbies. I know it's flashy to look like all these other PvP games. I know it's cool to like load up and see the whole lobby right there so that everybody can kind of flex on the rest of the lobby. I get that. However, it would be cool if there was just a button you could hold, like triangle or something, that would let your character, like model, still stay in that screen so everybody else could see it, but then everybody who holds triangle can go fight out back of that little area, so to speak. Fist fight people like you could in Red Dead Redemption 1, even if they want to just make this an area in Saint Denis that we all head to. Like, if you guys remember, Charles in the story mode was fighting in Saint Denis after the epilogue, I think. That's where he winds up. You can go meet him there. Anything like that. A bare knuckle brawling tournament. Maybe we bet some money, maybe we don't, you know, whatever. Maybe there's not any real reward except for us just playing with each other. I'm sure a lot of players would be very happy to have any mini games to do at all. I know for me, I kind of strayed away from the mini games in the single player, but in the online, it's been left so barren that I feel like it would be cool to have dominoes. You know what I mean? I feel like it would be cool to be able to play 5-finger fillet against, you know, Zumi Fiasco. Like, I want these things in the game, and I feel like they would add, you know, really just a nice way to kind of interface with your friends, maybe your other community members, whatever, inside of Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, because at the end of the day, you want people in your game to play it, and we want to play it with our friends. So give us all the ways that we can play it and have the most amount of fun possible. I know it's flashy to be a PvP mode. I know it's flashy to have, you know, everybody's person sitting there in the lobby and it's all cool and stuff. At least to Rockstar, they're like, look at what we did. We look like a real PvP game now. Except we want a PvE game, and we want to be able to play poker and dominoes and 5-finger fillet with our friends. And I think if you guys added, you know, any kind of literally any kind of mini game into Red Dead Online, even if it's camp chores, people would be like, oh yeah, cool. So, I mean, think about that, Rockstar. You're at the point where you could add camp chores to Red Dead Online and people would be excited about it. So please just add any mini game. And please, if you're watching this, leave me a comment in the comment section down below telling me what mini game you want to see added to Red Dead Online the most and where you want it to be. And finally, the third thing that Rockstar needs to add to Red Dead Redemption 2's online beta is wagons. That's right. We still need wagons. Now granted, you can steal wagons. However, I would like to be able to ride a wagon without incurring a bounty or my honor going down or whatever. It's hard to get a wagon without getting in trouble unless you wait for one to come on a secluded part of the map, you shoot somebody in the head and you go steal his wagon. Other than that, you know, it's hard to get your hands on a wagon that's yours. And maybe I'm crazy, maybe I'm not. I asked Hazard about this. He said I was tripping, but I think they've been stealthily adding new wagons to the game for a while now. And I noticed this, you know, probably 3-4 weeks into online. To when online started, I felt like there was more versions of wagons coming up than I had seen previously in the story. Now, I don't know if this is because I spent a lot of my time in the story in specific chapters. Certain wagons are locked to different chapters for some reason, you know what I mean, just to add some diversity to the world, and then they're just all in online. That could be the case. However, we still can't buy any in online. They're still just wagons. I want to be able to own a wagon. Make it super expensive. Make me have to stable the horses. Make it ungodly expensive. I don't care. Just, I want a wagon. I don't know why. It's probably less efficient than to actually ride a horse because it's easier to hit a wagon. If you're gonna get griefed, you're gonna get griefed a lot easier. However, I just want to own one. I don't know what it is. Let me park it at my camp. Don't let me park it at my camp. Make me go into Saint Denis stables every time I want to get it. I don't care. I just think it would be really cool to be able to ride around with my posse on my wagon. And then on top of that, if you look at the leaked list of wagons from the Rockstar Intel post that we referenced earlier, you can see one of the wagons on here is called a war wagon and one is called a supply wagon. So I know these are already in the game, right? You can go get the minigun wagons, and then if you look in, I think it's name your weapon, when the train rolls through, there's a minigun sitting on top of that train. That kind of thing is what I want, right? Like I want a wagon that's got that on it. That would be cool. But that's what that war wagon meant, right? So it's already in a leaked list of weapons for Red Dead Redemption 2 Online, or at least wagons, excuse me. So I have no idea why it's not in the game yet. I don't know if they're waiting for full release because they want, you know, extra clout to drag people back. They're like, oh, you can buy wagons now. That's cool. But still, at the end of the day, we need wagons, boy. I want to be able to ride on the side of my friend's wagon. wagon. I want to be able to drive across town in my wagon. I want to run people over in my wagon. I want to, hell man, make me worry about my wagon wheel breaking off like in chapter 1. I don't care, but I don't know. I just want a way to carry my friends around, and I'm sure a lot of people do too. So let me know in the comment section down below. 2 things with the wagons. Do you think that they've been stealthily adding new wagons for the last few months, or do you think I'm tripping on that? And then also, what kind of wagons do you look forward to seeing inside of Red Dead Redemption 2's Red Dead Online? Because I see, or for purchase, mind you, for what wagons do you want to be able to purchase inside of Red Dead Online? Because we can already go and find, you know, the faster 2-seater ones or the big ones, or even the ones that look like caravans and stuff like that. It's cool. There's a lot of wagons. However, I want to be able to own one. I don't care if they're expensive. I don't care if I've got to hire a driver. I don't care if I've got to stable 2 individual Shire horses that I had to pay for each. It doesn't matter to me. Just make it happen, Rockstar. So let me know in the comment section down below the answers to all 3 of our sections questions today. That'll be it. So thank you guys for tuning into this video. This was a really fun video to make. This has really been my, you know, I have this one on the chopping block for a while. It just takes a little bit longer to make, and I got really excited about it, started changing the title and the thumbnail, and so now we're here. Thank you guys for watching. If you're watching now, it means you've watched pretty much all the way through, so I appreciate your guys' viewership. If you're new to the channel, thank you guys for tuning in. I appreciate all the new viewers. We've been growing so much lately, it's insane. Thank you to everybody who came over from Hazard's channel yesterday. We did a collab on his channel and on my channel, and it's super cool to just see the influx of people from his channel. You guys are amazing. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for sticking with me, and I will see you guys very, very soon with a brand new Red Dead Redemption 2 online beta video. Peace.